If you live in Connecticut and you're thinking about protecting your retirement savings with physical gold, this video will walk you through exactly how a gold IRA works and what people in Connecticut should know before getting started. Especially if you're retired or approaching retirement in Hartford, after a career in insurance and finance, working in defense or submarine manufacturing around Groton and New London, or living along the Gold Coast in Fairfield County with deep exposure to the financial markets. Before we continue, I want to be clear that this video is for educational purposes only and should not be considered tax, legal, or financial advice. I've done my best to present accurate information from reliable sources, but everyone's situation is different, so you should always consult a qualified professional before making any decisions about your retirement savings. As I was researching this topic, I leaned heavily on educational materials from firms that specialize specifically in gold IRAs, including Augusta Precious Metals. They focus a lot on investor education rather than hype, which is helpful when you're dealing with something as serious as retirement planning. I'll leave a link to their free educational guide in the description below if you want more details. A lot of Connecticut residents are starting to look into gold IRAs because retirement in this state often feels like managing two very different realities. On paper, Connecticut looks wealthy, especially in Fairfield County, but when you step outside that area, many retirees are trying to stretch pensions and Social Security in a state with one of the highest costs of living in the country. Estimates suggest that to retire comfortably in Connecticut, you need somewhere between $67,000 and $72,000 per year. That figure assumes modest living, not luxury. The problem is that many households outside the Gold Coast rely heavily on fixed retirement income that doesn't grow fast enough to keep up with local inflation, creating long-term pressure on savings. Cost of living is a major factor. Connecticut consistently ranks among the top 10 most expensive states in the country, and some costs hit retirees harder than others. Energy prices are one of the biggest pain points. Connecticut residents pay some of the highest electricity rates in the nation, often between 26 and 32 cents per kilowatt hour, nearly double the national average. For retirees on fixed incomes, that turns heating, cooling, and basic household energy into a hidden tax that compounds year after year. Property taxes are another issue. Connecticut has one of the highest property tax rates in the United States, which means even retirees who have paid off their homes still face thousands of dollars per year just to stay in place. These ongoing costs can quietly erode retirement savings faster than many people expect. One important clarification is that gold IRAs are not state-specific programs. They are federal retirement accounts governed by IRS rules, and those rules apply nationwide. The IRS defines which types of precious metals are allowed inside a retirement account under Internal Revenue Code Section 408M, how the account must be structured, and how the metals must be stored. Whether you live in Connecticut or anywhere else, the core process is the same. Where Connecticut becomes especially relevant is how the state handles taxes on retirement income, sales taxes on precious metals, and estate planning considerations. Most people in Connecticut who open a gold IRA are rolling over funds from existing retirement accounts rather than contributing new cash. One large group comes from the insurance and financial services sector. Retirees from companies like Aetna, Cigna, Travelers, and the Hartford often have legacy 401ks or pension buyouts that are heavily tied to the performance of the financial markets. After living through multiple market cycles, many of these retirees look for ways to reduce exposure to stock-heavy portfolios. Another significant group comes from defense and aerospace. Engineers and machinists from Electric Boat in Groton or Pratt & Whitney in East Hartford often have high-balance 401ks concentrated in defense-related stocks, which can be volatile, depending on government contracts and global conditions. Connecticut teachers and state employees are another common group. While the teacher's retirement system provides a defined benefit pension, many educators also rely on 403(b) supplemental plans that are fully exposed to market risk, making them a frequent source of gold IRA rollovers. Here's how buying a gold IRA works, step by step. The first step is opening a self-directed IRA with an IRS-approved non-bank custodian. These custodians specialize in alternative assets and ensure that your account complies with federal regulations. The second step is funding the account, usually through a direct rollover or transfer from an existing IRA, 401k, 403b, or similar retirement plan. A direct, trustee-to-trustee rollover is critical because it avoids the mandatory 20% IRS withholding tax and prevents the transaction from becoming a taxable event. The third step is choosing IRS-approved investment-grade metals. Gold must meet a minimum purity of 0.995, and silver must meet 0.999 purity. The final step is storage. You don't buy the gold personally. The IRA owns the gold on your behalf, and it must be stored in an IRA's approved third-party depository under the custody of the account. Connecticut has several state-specific considerations that often work in favor of gold IRA investors. One of the biggest benefits is the state's sales tax exemption on precious metals. Under Connecticut law, purchases of gold and silver bullion or coins are exempt from the 6.35% sales tax as long as the transaction is $1,000 or more. Because most gold IRA rollovers involve tens of thousands of dollars, they automatically qualify for this exemption, meaning you don't lose a significant percentage of your retirement savings to sales tax up front. There has also been recent legislative momentum toward removing the threshold entirely, but for IRA investors, the exemption is already effectively in place. Another important change in Connecticut is how the state taxes retirement income. In recent years, Connecticut has been phasing out state income taxes on IRA and pension distributions for middle-income retirees. For the 2025 tax year, 75% of IRA distribution income is exempt from state tax for households under certain income limits, with plans to move to full exemption in the near future. This makes keeping assets inside an IRA structure, including a gold IRA, far more attractive than cashing out and triggering unnecessary taxes. It allows retirees to maintain tax efficiency while diversifying into physical gold. There is one area where Connecticut retirees, especially those in Fairfield County, need to be more cautious, and that's estate planning. Connecticut is one of the few states with a standalone estate tax and the only state with a gift tax. While this only affects higher net worth households, it's important to understand that physical gold held inside an IRA still counts toward the total value of your estate. For wealthier retirees, this makes coordination with an estate planning professional especially important. Many people also ask whether they can store their gold locally in Connecticut. While storage options exist in the broader region, most gold IRAs use nationally approved depositories located in other states. This is normal, required by IRS rules, and does not reduce your ownership or control of the gold inside your IRA. Using an approved third-party depository ensures compliance, security, and proper reporting while keeping the retirement account protected from local policy or legal changes. A gold IRA is generally used to complement other retirement strategies, not replace them. In Connecticut, retirees often combine gold with pensions, Social Security, and traditional investment accounts to create balance. Cost of living adjustments rarely keep pace with real inflation, especially when energy and property taxes rise faster than national averages. Holding a portion of retirement savings in physical gold can help offset some of that erosion over time and provide a sense of stability in a high-cost environment. A gold IRA tends to make the most sense for people who are closer to retirement and focused on preserving what they've already built. This might be a precision-minded engineer from Electric Boat who values safety and risk control, or a Fairfield County investor looking to hedge against a major stock market correction. Gold is not about chasing quick profits or trying to beat the market. Its role is long-term diversification, purchasing power preservation, and protection against inflation and financial uncertainty in a state where the cost of living leaves little room for error. If you want to learn more, Augusta Precious Metals offers a free educational guide that explains how gold IRAs work, the potential risks and fees, and whether this type of strategy makes sense for your situation. The guide walks through the rollover process, storage requirements, and how Connecticut's tax rules apply to retirement accounts, helping you see where gold may or may not fit into your overall plan. There's no obligation and no sales pressure. It's purely informational, and you can find the link to the free guide in the description below this video.